Hello, I'm Fame Harper. My friends at allfreecrochet.com asked me to share with you how to make a steampunk belly dancing hip band. Now if you don't know what steampunk is, there's a good article on it over on Wikipedia, so you can go read all about it. And I'm going to be using black worsted weight yarn and a size I crochet hook. First I want to show you how to make a bit of a lattice work for the hip band itself. Because it has these little holes, you'll be able to see the rest of your costume through it. We're going to start out by making a slip knot and chaining 14. So one slip knot. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on to 14. I've chained 14. Now I'm going to do a yarn over, and I'm going to go into the 6th chain from the hook, which is this one, and I'm going to go in that space, pull up the yarn, and go through 2, go through 2, and that actually makes not 1 but 2 double crochets. Chain 1, yarn over, skip 1 space, go into the next space, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, chain 1, yarn over, skip a space, go in the next space, pull 1 through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, skip a space, go in the next space, pull 1 through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, 6, chain 2, and turn. Since it's double crochet, we're going to chain 2 and turn. 1, 2, turn, go back the way you came, yarn over. Now it's going to be easy because you're just going to stack them right on top of the previous row. So you're going to go in the space above that tall double crochet and make another double crochet. Chain 1. Don't forget to do your chain 1 so that you have a space between. Go into the next one, double crochet, chain 1, go into the next one, double crochet, chain 1, go into the next one, double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, and then on the end one, pull it out a little to see where the best place to go is, and do another one, chain 1, chain 2. So, this row also has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're just going to keep going like this until you reach your required measurement. Now to know how long to make this, you want to measure your hips. Say you have 36-inch hips, lucky you. Then take off 4 inches, so this should equal, when it's totally as long as you want it, should equal 32 inches if you have 36-inch hips. So whatever your hip measurement is, subtract 4 inches. Here's what it looks like so far. Just keep going until it's as long as you need it to be. Once you have the length you need, go ahead and fold it in half. Carefully measure the center of the piece. Take your safety pin and mark the halfway point. Fold it in half again, and then taking your safety pin, mark the quarter point of each side. Let's see, that one's good, because we're going to do another tier. So there we have the belt with the pins to mark where to start next. Go ahead and start on one end or the other and tie your end of yarn here. We're going to do another tier. Starting at your marker, I've tied it on. I'm going to pull up a loop, chain 2, and then you can take off your marker. And then we're going to continue on with the same trellis type pattern. Yarn over, find the next bar, which is this one, and do a double crochet. There we go. Chain 1. Remember, you still need to chain 1. And then we're just going to go all down the row, just like we did to start. Every time there's a bar going up, we're going to add our double crochet until we get to not the center pin, but the pin on the other end. Now after you've done a few of those, you'll see that there's like a corner right here where the wider piece starts. You can put your pin on there if you want, but that's where you're going to add your fringe to that part, because you don't want it to wrap all the way around to the front of your costume, but be mainly in the back and a little on the sides. Now we've reached that center pin. Leave it there, but just ignore it for now. Later on we'll use that to gauge where to put our longest fringe. And I'm 5'7", so I'm going to make this row we're making and one more row, and that will be wide enough for me. If you are taller than that, you could add another row, or if you want your fringe to hang a bit longer. If you're shorter than that, you may only want to add one extra row. So it's totally adjustable to you. When you get to your end marker, which is this gold safety pin for me, chain 2, turn. We're going to go back the way we came. We're going to do the second row of the second tier. So going into that top of that post, chain 1, go into the top of the next post, all the way down to the end, chain 1. Don't forget your chain 1s. After the second tier, or whatever your last tier is, you're going to have to end the yarn. And so I'm going to go ahead and do my last square with a double crochet. Then you're just going to pull one through, cut, and then pull the end through, just like you do for every project. And then this is not going to unravel, and it's going to be done until we add the fringe. And hopefully you can see where it kind of makes a little corner here where the wider part goes. And if you're just making 2 rows to make that tier, it's going to look like this. If you want to keep adding rows, that's up to you. I do find that crochet stretches a bit, so guess on the small side, and that way if it stretches a little it won't be too big. So that wraps up part 1, how to make a basic hip band foundation. There are all kinds of ways to add trim to this. The first one I'm going to do is going to be a fringe with metal washers for my steampunk costume, and after that tutorial I'll try to make more of the different variations for you. So that's all for part 1. See you on part 2. Toodles!